for, a Scary Terry or, a Josh Richardson or something like that. Just go get another quality rotation guy. Because
Yeah.
after the Suns game, like if we had like one guy step up, we probably win that Suns game. You know what I mean? Because like outside of like the usual suspects of like Russ, AD, Walker, and Reeves, nobody else really showed up. Thomas Bryant was great. He had 8 points, but he only played 11 minutes. So, his impact, he wasn't able to have an impact, which I don't really understand why he only played 11 minutes. Him and Winning Gabriel only played like 6 minutes or 7 minutes, something like that. I would have liked to see them ran more, but with a December 15th trade, I would like let's just do a smaller move, get a guy that has some actual like just scoring potential, shooting potential, whatever. A guy that can come in and be an impact, and then evaluate and see where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, so we have between now and December 15th to see what this team can be with LeBron. Everybody healthy. What can we be? And then do a small trade, December 15th, 16th, something like that. And then if we have to, then you still have the big blockbuster with Russell Westbrook come the trade deadline. What are your thoughts? Would you like them to do a big blockbuster trade? Do you think like no, a minimal trade? Do you think just be patient, maybe wait till the trade deadline? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if we're looking at, you said the 15th, correct? So
yes.
So if we're looking at the 15th, then it's really going to depend on how we fare against the Bucks, because the Bucks, while they're not having an amazing season, it's still going to be an interesting matchup. So I want to see how we play against the Bucks. That's a key one. The Cavaliers will be interesting. Just looking at the schedule ahead, I mean, we got the Celtics on the 13th. So even looking at the Celtics, I really want to see what we're going to do against that Celtics game, just because they're the best team in the league right now. And if they continue to stay that way, I kind of want to see how we fare against them before I want to see if we make a big trade or not. And LeBron being back, it could go either way, truthfully. I don't think, Schroeder, we just got to wait on Schroeder to see what Schroeder's going to do, because right now, throughout these last 3-4 games he's played, it's been so one way or the other. You know what I mean? He did do really, really well on defense. I'll give him that. I'll give him the defensive end of the floor, but I do agree, and that's why I brought up him. Kind of going back to that last game, if he just would have stepped up and scored 12 points like he had, I think the couple nights before, we would have won that game. You know what I mean? So at this point, it doesn't look like we need to make a huge like you said, a big blockbuster trade. Just a key piece though, but it has to be a true key piece. It can't be like a injury prone here and there key piece. It has to be it almost has to be almost to the caliber of a Westbrook, but not that great. Does that make sense? It almost have to be a player that can make an impact on the team as much as that. But I don't.
Somebody that moves the needle slightly.
Yeah, at this point, just a perfect example. I would trade for another Reeves. As crazy as that sounds, I would get another Reeves on the team just because Reeves has been super consistent.
So
that's what we
Gordon
need.
Hayward.
Exactly.
Problem is the injury. Injury is a big problem.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say real quick about Schroeder though, because I have had a lot of people talk to me about Schroeder.
I'm not even trying to attack Schroeder either. I just
no.
We got to give him time. That's all. Yeah.
But he did just come back from finger surgery.
Yeah, and that's why.
And that's something I've been telling people. Thomas Bryant came back from the same surgery, but there's a big difference between a point guard that is handling the ball, playing defense, dribbling the ball, doing all that stuff, and Thomas Bryant, who's basically just catching lobs and, getting elbow passes that are, taking little jumpers. It's not the same comparison. So it's probably going to take Schroeder a little time to kind of get adjusted. And he didn't have a training camp. He didn't have anything because he was over in Germany and stuff. So I want to give him a fair chance. I want to give him a little, at least an opportunity. Give him a couple give him a handful of games or so, and see where we're at with him. If he, if 6-7 games in, he's still laying goose eggs, then it's probably a problem. But
that's what I was like. I'm not trying to kill him right now, but I'm just if we get this for the next 20 games, then
that's a problem. Absolutely,
it's gonna be a little rough.
So I mean, in general, we'll see how what the trade front brings. Like I said, I don't think we need a huge blockbuster move. If the right deal's on the table, the right deal's on the table, right? if you know if you if you have a blockbuster deal that makes sense, that makes us better, then do that blockbuster deal that makes sense and makes better. But
Yeah.
I just don't want to see them force a trade for the sake of forcing a trade.
Yeah.
I want it to be the right kind of trade, and I don't think this team needs a ton. I think you gotta unload Beverly. I know a lot of people really like him, but
Yep.
we're not good enough for a $13 million Jared Dudley. Like, if he
Yeah.
was making $2 million, if he was on a vet minimum deal, sure, keep him, locker room guy, play solid defense, stuff like that. But he's our most sizable contract next to Russell Westbrook that is tradable. So
And you still on the same on none, right? You still
yeah, same
I
thing.
still feel the same way. I'm like, we gotta those
Yeah.
two we have to
You have to package those two, move off of them, and just see where you're
because at
But
this point we can't make any more excuses. There is no more like, okay, but like if this and if that. Like I think they've had enough chance to make an impact. You know what I mean? But they just haven't. So like,
no, I agree 100%.